Hey, it's David Huffman here with the Yacht Brokers, and we're proud to bring to market and be the dealer here for Makai Yachts. And this is their first boat here in the United States, the Makai 37. She is actually available for sale as well. Today we want to go through and do a little bit more of a detailed kind of walkthrough of the boat, kind of show you all the features of the boat, etc. But this particular boat, it's only a 37-foot power cat. And you know, guys, I love power cats. She's got a 15-foot beam, but hey, you know what? Let's go inside and check out what she has to offer. All right, here we are at anchor on the Makai 37. I want to give you guys obviously a pretty good little walkthrough of this boat. So we're going to open up a lot of the things and stuff. First of all, let's talk about this stern daybed. Super, super large. Obviously, we've got underneath here a ton of storage. You can use it for lines or ropes. In this case, you can use it for all your boat show furniture, all kinds of good stuff. Very large storage there. Starboard side, we've got coolers back here, which you can use as well. Just drains overboard automatically. On the other side, actually, we have an actual stern anchor. So in this case here, use it as a box for coolant. We can use it as an anchor box, and then we also can put a windlass inside of here if you'd like. Pretty cool having a stern anchor, especially if you're going to be close to the beach. This particular one has a FlexiTeak 2G. So the cool thing about this flooring is that it actually is sandable. Sand this down if it gets any kind of oil stains or anything on it. Really should last you realistically for probably around 10 years. Scrub brush, soap and water is all she really takes to keep the flooring clean. This particular rest comes all the way back over. And then you got the forward seating, and then you got the seating, larger table, and then same thing here. And then use this as well. I don't know, guys, you tell me, but I think this is at least sitting for 6, maybe 8. It's a large table. It's a great place to work from as well. So you can sit there, still talk to everybody. You've got all this, and these rests obviously move back and forth. And this uncovers actually some more storage underneath. This is for storage on this side, and on this side, it's a cooler as well that just drains, you know, overboard. We'll get to the engines here in a little bit, but first, inside of here, you can see how deep this particular thing, and actually there's a fender inside there as well. On the other side, we've actually got 2 of the larger balls for docking, so you can store some stuff inside of there. Same thing on this side as well, all kinds of storage. We've got a whole lot of buoys and life jackets. And if you come on this side as well, you'll be able to see same thing on the starboard side. You can actually see how deep it goes there, those buoys. This boat is made in Croatia. So a lot of the boats from overseas come with what size trash can? Something super small. So we like our trash cans. So we actually got 2 big trash cans, which I love. It's still got more space inside of there, freshwater storage, you know, etc. I really like this little feature here. Very upgraded jail audio system. You can see all the speakers all the way around the vessel as we go, and the subs and everything. So they did a really good job. This boat is available for purchase, but also we can build you your own personal Makai. So if you wanted a different color hull, you've got an exotic car and you want to match it. I mean, Makai was built on kind of like a sports car, race car theme. So that's why she kind of has the look and the stance that she does. That's why she has the speed that she does. And we'll get into that a little bit more once we go through the engines and everything. But she's set up in this 37 here. We've got the outdoor galley, stovetop, sink, fridge down below, more storage for your poultry items. And then one cool feature, this boat here actually has a diesel stove. Yes, diesel. This is powered by diesel. You turn it on there. This will light up, and in about 5 minutes, this whole thing will be blazing hot. It vents the diesel smell off the side so you don't smell anything. What this does is also uses it to be able to cook with, but it also uses it if you wanted to actually heat the salon area, okay? How would you heat an open salon? Well, we have this little hidden gem up here, and then inside of here would house an isinglass enclosure. That isinglass enclosure would fold down. It would then attach to the sides down through here, also attaches to the stern and on both sides, so it actually enclose this particular vessel as well. So pretty cool. So if you're gonna be considering a day boat up in the north, that might be something of value to you, because it can definitely keep the salon a lot more warm during those winter months. Other than that, we've got an extra fridge down here below the helm seats. And as we come over here, we've got a lot of different storage places as well underneath the seats. And then we've got another storage option here underneath the seat as well. So this is kind of our breakfast table. It's always funny, you put a bunch of people on a boat, and it's interesting to see where people migrate. In this case, everybody on this boat really migrated to this seat right here. So they could talk to the captain, they could talk to people in the back. Nice place to be able to sit, fire up a laptop, do some work. This boat, for ventilation, obviously we've got 2 windows, 1 window on each side here. We've also got obviously the front forward facing window, but up top, This has the option of the sunroof. Super cool option there as well. Really helps ventilate the boat, and it looks cool too. So let's check out the Helm a little bit here. This is a powercat, so we got 2 engines without drives. Obviously these engines are very far apart. So this boat actually does not have a bow thruster. She's like, Dave, wait a minute. 37-foot boat, no bow thruster. Well, it's because of this little beautiful thing right here. We've got a joystick, and that joystick works phenomenal. I have parked this boat in its docking space, and we had like maybe 2-foot clearance on each side, maybe. But this has a high speed and it has a low speed. So for docking, for me, I always use the low speed side of it, and it's great. And once you kind of get the twist down and everything, you can literally make this thing do whatever you want at whatever angle. This boat is running the Ray Marines. Of course, we've got the Yanmar displays for each of the engines there as well. We're also running the Zip Wake, which is kind of like a set it and forget it. It's already set, so now we can basically just, once we turn on the vessel, it'll automatically engage the way that it needs to. We've got all of our down lights and mood lights throughout the boat. You can kind of see down there on the seats, the underlighting there. To come on, super cool at night in the evening time. A nice little steering wheel here, handrail. I like to sit a little bit higher personally. It's just a personal preference, but you get the best visibility if you sit at the normal seat, because you can really see out this window without ducking down, and you really have good visibility at that height. So obviously we've got the JL Audio sound system controller here, and then we've got our chain counter here as well. Cool. I like what they did with the Makai logo as well. So as we move forward, we've also got another place for storage here, and this is a cooler, so you can chunk ice in there. So it's got 1, 2, 3 additional coolers as an option for this boat. One thing to notice, where the cabins really start are really kind of more than halfway forward of the boat, and a lot of them will start a little bit further back. That really gives us this salon space to be able to enjoy for the outdoor entertaining space. But as you can tell, these things are pretty high, so it also gives us a lot of headroom inside of the cabin. And in this boat, once we go up on the bow, you'll notice that we forego the true like sunken in seating up front. And that gives us so much more room in these cabins. We do offer seating up top as well that we can do as cushions on top, but ultimately the whole design for this was to make these cabins and the salon absolutely as big as possible. As you can tell, I'm 6'2", so that gives you an idea of how much height is just in here. Let's go down below and check out the starboard side cabin. So here we are in the starboard side cabin. This is considered to be basically the guest cabin. Almost a queen size bed here. This bed up top as well, which is about 3 foot wide. It's right at 6 feet on the longest side. Could be used as a kid's bed, could be used as storage, but an adult could sleep up there. We've got storage throughout, underneath as well. Makai did a really good job kind of taking all the little different spots, making it available for storage. Underneath here in the bottom, this is our AC compressor, which we'll talk a little bit about. We got more storage down here in the bottom as well. So lots of storage inside of here. And then we have our head, if you want to check that out. It does have electric flush toilets, has a holding tank as well. Of course, you have a mercerator tank overboard, having your own little walk-in shower. It is a wet head. A lot of people have mentioned that. There's pros and cons. I mean, in this case, we are trying to get as much room as we can in a 37-foot boat. In my opinion, if you were to try to do this with a separate shower, you're taking up more space in the boat. In this case, you still have basically a seat to be able to use along with a shower. Of course, you're not going to be spending much more than a couple minutes in there anyways. The guy really did a good job with the lighting, the fit and finish. Of course, this one has a fan and the AC coming through as well, but I really do like the different accent lighting, which really kind of shines, especially in the evening time. So let's head over to the starboard side. Let's head down here into what's considered to be the primary cabin. Very large queen bed, lots of storage all in the back there. Going down, storage back, and then of course the tray there for additional storage. We've got a hatch up top here that can be completely opened, and then we've got hanging locker here, nice storage. And then we've got all kinds of drawers here to be able to have for toiletries or whatever you'd like. Then on the other side here, actually 2 of these, more storage as well. Goes all the way there into the ensuite, and the ensuite on both sides are basically the same. So as you're coming out here on the primary stateroom, you got the AC controllers here. The Makais are equipped with C-Zone, so basically we can control everything here versus like the manual fuses most boats have. So whether we want cockpit lights on, if we want navigations on or off, we can do it. Handle everything here. We also can handle all of it at the helm. So either way, pretty cool feature to be able to have that in the cabin. Just turn things on and off as you like. So one thing about the Makai, again, this one is for sale and is available. It has the upgraded Yanmar 370s. This boat works great with these Yanmar 370s. This particular boat has the out drives on the Yanmars, and that's why we're able to use the joystick and give us such great precision kind of docking and maneuvering and stuff. Some of the Makais will also have the foil. So we've got a great foil system available for this. If we were to add the foil onto it, we would add about an additional 10 knots. This boat cruises really good at right at 23 knots, somewhere around 1.2 gallons per nautical mile at 23 knots. If we were to do this with foil, we would probably be cruising right at around 30, 32 knots, and we'd have a little bit over 20% better fuel efficiency as well. So the foil is something that we definitely wanted to add due to all the tariffs. We haven't gotten the foil here yet, but we will be adding that on this vessel. And an option that we can do on any other orders of the Makai 37 is that we can actually do surface drives. Those surface drives will allow us actually, and they're by Q speed, those surface drives will actually allow us to do 45 knots, which is cruising for this kind of a size boat with inboards, etc. The other really cool feature that I haven't really shared with you guys yet, today's world, a lot of these boats will have generators on them. The thing that's kind of the downside of it is, one, you're burning fuel all night, but two, you're also, listening to the hum of the generator all night. This particular boat, if you look down here, you'll actually see that it has a large lithium-ion battery bank. The battery bank actually will run the entire house all at the same time. Literally run that overnight and be able to have complete silence and be able to run full AC in the summer months if you like as well. And then of course, because this thing has the diesel powered stove, then you're not pulling away from electric and you're not pulling away from anything from propane. You basically just fill the tanks and run from that point. Makai did a really good job with that setup there inside the Yanmar 370s and doing the entire lithium battery bank. Other cool thing on the Yanmars here, if you'll notice down below, the two white alternators, those are additional 130 amp alternators, different than recharging the Start AGM batteries. So those particular alternators are just geared to be able to recharge or fast recharge the lithium ion battery bank. And there's one on both mains. So the idea is you could make dinner quietly, you could run AC all overnight quietly. Once the battery bank got down to around 30%, 20%, some of the neighborhood, fire up one of the mains, recharge that battery bank in about 20, 30 minutes or so, and then go back to being completely silent and off the grid. Pretty cool setup. I'm really glad that Makai took that route with these boats to not even have a generator on board. That's the joke. That's the one thing this boat is missing, is a generator, because we don't have to have one. Let's go check out the bow really quick. So let's head on up to the bow area here. Got a couple steps up. We've got seated cushion up front. A unique feature about the Makai 37s, front of the hull is actually Kevlar reinforced. So it's designed to be beached. So in that regards, you can pull out this particular ladder, pull this in and have this access to be able to go to the sandbar and easily get on and off. I thought that was a pretty cool feature. A lot of the other brands, they don't have that option because their hulls are just fiberglass. Obviously, we've got the windlass up here, which obviously all the controls are at the helm. So no reason really to be in there. And then as you look back here, we also on the deck have the option to have the padded front seating if you'd like, but here's the Makai 37. Pretty sporty little boat. They did a good job with doing the Lumar windows, which has kind of been the proven brand throughout the years. Very solid. So another thing that separates this boat from pretty much almost every other boat that's been delivered probably in the past year, is this boat is actually US flag. So again, this boat is available for purchase at the time of this recording. It is US flag, so all duty, all import, all tariffs, everything's been paid. Coast Guard registered, and she's US flagged in US waters. A lot of the guys right now are kind of having to do the foreign flagging stuff, which requires you to have to leave the country once a year. Not saying it's a terrible thing, because it kind of forces you to go to the Bahamas, but it can become a little bit of a nuance. So this particular boat right now, she is priced with options and everything. The way she sits from the factory is about $890,000 plus shipping, plus duty and import and tariffs. This particular boat, including duty and import and shipping, they're asking $775 for the first boat here in the US, which I think is a fantastic price for this kind of a boat. So if you're interested to learn more about this boat, reach out to myself and we can actually explain a little bit more of the vessel. The vessel is located obviously here in Fort Lauderdale. So if you're watching this while it's still cold outside, you're interested in buying a boat, gives you a reason to come down, buy a boat and enjoy the beautiful weather. Thanks for checking out the Makai 37. Any questions, reach out to us. We'd love to earn your business. We'll see you on the next one.